collecting and book reading are two separate hobbies. Hello, my name is Adriana and this is my second quarter book haul for 2023. I was editing my mid-year stats when I realized I never did the books I hauled for the second quarter. So I'm just gonna do my best to run through them now and try to also get that released this week since my mid-year stats were released on Monday. It is currently Wednesday, so if I can film it and edit it today or tomorrow, I can get it up for Friday and it'll be like it was all one video. But anyway, before I get into the books, please consider liking and commenting on this video and subscribing to my channel if you like bookish things. We will start with my subscription books. I'm currently down to only a Lumicrate. Well, there is one Fairy Loot book in here, but I've canceled my Fairy Loot and I bought my Lumicrate in like the 6-month chunk. And I'm just gonna let this 6 months run out and I'm not going to renew. I don't think I'm really into the whole special edition thing as much as I hoped I would be. And the books they've been sending out have not been super intriguing to me. So I just don't think the whole special edition box is for me. So with that, let's look at some of the last books I will be getting from subscription boxes. Starting with Some Desperate Glory. This is an Illumicrate one. I don't know what month it's from, but it has a very pretty cover and space edges. So it seems like it's some sort of space something sci-fi. I'm always looking for more sci-fi in my life. Hopefully this is a great one. No idea what it's about, but it's very pretty. Got some cool end pages, got a pretty cover. While we live, the enemy shall fear us. We are what's left, we are what must survive. So it seems like they are the remnants of some sort of species and they gotta do the thing. Cool. This is the most recent Illumicrate book from June. That is The Sun and the Void. I still have the plastic wrapping on, so I'm gonna do my best not to like have it glare with the window. I know nothing about it, but it's black and white and gold. Those are some of my favorite color combinations. We got some suns and some moons, or stars and moons, whatever. Reyna was a creature of the void with her whispering monstrous heart. So seems like a fantasy something. Cool. This is a Fairy Loot one, and that is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I still need to read House in the Cerulean Sea, but I really enjoyed Under the Whispering Door, so I was planning on already getting this, so having kind of the really pretty special edition is great. Although I don't love this font. I don't know what I don't like about it. Fonts are always a struggle for me. Ooh, it's got a very pretty naked cover though, and the end pages are really, really gorgeous. So, cool, cool, cool. That is Fairy Loot, I believe. Yes, Fairy Loot. Another Fairy Loot is The Curse of Saints. I've seen this one kind of make the rounds on BookTube, so I think it's a little more intriguing to me. So I have decided to keep it, but I don't think I'm gonna get to it anywhere soon. It's got like an interesting kind of finish on it. Like the outside is a matte finish and then the character figure here and the font is a very glossy finish, so that is very interesting. And then the last one I have is also from Illumicrate, and that is The Witch King by Martha Wells. I haven't read any of like the Murderbot or anything, so this would be my first Martha Wells if I read it before I get to Murderbot, but it has very nice sprayed edges. Ooh, I really like that cover. That's very cool. And of course, very beautiful end pages. So feeling good about that. I also like the size. This is a very good size for a hardback. Like it's very compact. I guess compare it to like this chunky boy, like it's way, way shorter and like the same thickness. So I love like a compact book. Just very good form factor of a book. Okay, so that is all my subscription boxes, I believe. So I'm gonna go into books I got for free. The first one was an Instagram giveaway from the publisher Flatiron Books, I believe. Once Upon a Prime. It is a nonfiction book about the connections between mathematics and literature. Very intriguing to me as someone who likes both math and literature, to be able to see someone try to bring them together. The next one I got from the publisher and I'm currently reading, and that is Tides of Fire by James Rollins. I've been very lucky to have worked with William Morrow in the past about getting me arcs for James Rollins' Sigma Force releases, and they were very kind to once again give me an arc to review for all of you great people. So like I said, currently reading it, doing a vlog, so that vlog will be out probably beginning of August is what I'm thinking. It comes out mid-August, so 2 weeks ahead of release date seems like a good happy time to release a full non-spoiler vlog of my reading experience of this book. And then the next two books, actually next like 3 books, I got them all as NetGalley arcs and I liked them enough to buy them physically. So I did go out and buy these books from my local bookstore, but I also got them as NetGalley arcs. So it's kind of like a weird, I mean, I bought them, but I also like, the version I read was not the version I bought. So we will start with Starstruck by Serafina El Badri Nance. Very, very good memoir of an astrophysicist and her experience growing up as a woman of color in STEM and also being diagnosed with the BRCA2 gene that really increases your chance of a lot of different types of cancer, and she chose to get a preventative mastectomy kind of early-ish in her life, and kind of, again, her journey of finding a doctor who was willing to do a preventative mastectomy, and she's just led a very inspiring life, and I just really liked the memoir. One of my most favorite memoirs I've ever read. So I had to get a physical copy. Another one I got was Clytemnestra. Again, a NetGalley arc I really, really enjoyed. I guess all of my NetGalley arcs I have a reading vlog for, so I will attach the reading vlog for this and for this one. I don't know if they're in the same vlog or not. I don't think they are. I think this one's in a different vlog. So I will attach that, but this is a Trojan War retelling from the perspective of Clytemnestra, from her childhood in Sparta all the way through the end of the war. This one was actually really good and made me really like the retelling, which if I like a Trojan War retelling, that means it's very good. And the last kind of NetGalley to physical transition was For the First Time Again by Sylvain Nouvelle. This is the end of the Take Them to the Stars trilogy. I loved, loved, loved the first one. Was meh on the second one, so had high hopes that this one would be really good and redeem the series for me, but it was not great. But I bought a physical copy anyway because the covers look really great together. And I just, sometimes you gotta be a little vain. Book collecting and book reading are two separate hobbies. So this last section of books is just stuff I bought of my own accord for no particular reason. Starting with The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, yeah. If you remember my Q1 book haul, I actually got the Illumicrate version of this book, but I preferred the American cover, so I ended up selling the Illumicrate version on my Pango bookstore and got the American version because I just like it better. It's just more colorful and pretty, and like, don't get me wrong, like the UK cover was like gorgeous, but like it's a book about pirates. Like, it needs to be fun. Like, this is a very fun and also very pretty cover. So that's why I bought 2 copies of the book. The next book up is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I was obviously gonna buy this at some point because I love R.F. Kuang and everything she's written so far. So I bought the new release. And while I was in the bookstore already just taking a perusing of the used section, I found a Star Trek Voyager comic. And like, normally when you see Star Trek stuff, it's either like the original series or the Next Generation, and Voyager was like my Star Trek growing up. I have a very sentimental connection to Star Trek Voyager, so when I saw there was a comic, I immediately picked it up. I've read the first volume in here and really enjoyed the story. I will be reading the second volume at some point. Yeah, bought myself a little Star Trek comic. And then the last book I bought in the second quarter was actually a Kickstarter campaign for an independently published book. The author was one of my Twitter mutuals, and he actually lives not that far away from me. So I just thought it was kind of a cool opportunity to support an independent author. But yeah, so I supported the Kickstarter campaign for Mrs. Covington's. It's a cozy fantasy novel by K.R.R. Lockhaven. I don't remember his Twitter handle, so I will put it in here if you want to go follow him on Twitter. But this is, like, takes place in a bar that is owned by like a capybara, and they serve a lot of nachos, and I don't know, it just sounded like fun and cozy and cute. So I will be reading it at some point, but it seems fun and like a good time. But yes, those are all of the books I bought in the second quarter. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I'm gonna be done with like the subscription books, because it's just like I'm not that excited about them, and that's a lot of money. Like this represents a lot of money for books that I'm just not super excited about. So let me know what your favorite book you bought in the last quarter was, and thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.